Chasing a championship, more than 76,000 basketball fans will pack into NRG Stadium for the Final Four. And Heather Wallaga joins us live in Houston tonight, kicking off our Final Four coverage deep in the heart of Texas. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Joel, crews are in final prep mode here ahead of the big game. Banners are up, and Houston is literally being transformed as more than 70,000 fans prepare to descend upon the city. And when they get here, there will be plenty of entertainment. The city of Houston is rolling out the welcome mat for the Final Four. Construction crews working overtime to get ready for the tens of thousands of visitors expected to show up. And they're hoping to score big.
It's one of the best things for us is the business it brings to our community. We estimate about $150 million.
But visitors don't have to spend big to have a good time. FanFest offers family-friendly fun on the cheap. Across the street, March Madness Music Fest promises quite a lineup for free.
It's everyone from Panic at the Disco, Maroon 5, Pitbull, Kendrick Lamar.
The city taking its shot to show off its talent, starting with this huge bracket commissioned by a local graffiti artist that's traveled through downtown. Speaking of traveling, it didn't take long for us to find a UNC fan. Keith Poole was on our flight from Raleigh. He hopped a plane to Houston without a ticket, hoping to catch a glimpse of his Tar Heels on the hardwood.
It's been a long time since we've been back, so really want to see it.
Houston's mayor eager to see them play too.
Well, look, let me just say that North Carolina I picked, Oklahoma I picked.
Even though he's rooting for the underdog.
Which one did you favor?
Who do you think?
North Carolina? That's my favorite team.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear, his favorite team. The Tar Heels will arrive later tonight, then they'll hit the practice court tomorrow ahead of Saturday. Tip-off is set for 8:49 p.m. Live in Houston, Heather Wallaga, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Tonight, Houston is ready to welcome basketball fans from here in North Carolina and across the country. Heather Wallaga is live outside the hotel where the team is staying. Heather, you told us earlier today about how the city is preparing for fans. So how are they preparing for the team to get there?
Well, Anna, Joel, they are beefing up security and preparing to roll out the welcome mat. The anticipation here is building, and the team is expected to arrive any minute. When they do, they can expect a big Tar Heel welcome. This is the official UNC hotel, the Hilton Post Oak, and it is decked out tonight in Carolina blue. From huge banners on the outside to a massive bracket in the lobby, Final Four frenzy is on full display, and the fans can't wait to greet the team in person. We met a longtime UNC fan. He lives right across the street from the hotel, and tonight he's throwing a little welcome party of his own in his living room. He's got a front and center view of the team's drop-off location, and he's hoping for a chance to meet some of the players, maybe even score a picture with Coach Roy Williams.
We had talked about it on Sunday as far as where the teams may stay, and we didn't know, and I arrived probably 5 minutes ago and saw all the signs, and I'm like, wow, how lucky could I be? And that's what he and I were just talking about, was teams staying right across the street from us, so that's perfect.
Yeah, pretty perfect, right? Again, the team is planning to arrive here any minute now. They will practice tomorrow at NRG Stadium, free to fans, hoping to catch one more glimpse of the team before they practice or before they have that matchup on Saturday. Guys, back to you.
Pretty darn exciting stuff. The Heels set to arrive at any moment. The downtown Hilton in Houston. Heather Wallaga live for us. Heather, thanks.
The sun is out and so are the fans. I'm Heather Wallaga live in downtown Houston as the celebration gears up for the Final Four.
UNC Tar Heels chasing a championship. The team is in Houston ahead of their big matchup on Saturday against Syracuse. Heather Wallaga live right now in uptown Houston where the anticipation is building. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Joel. Yeah, and perfect timing. The weather's starting to clear up just as fans are starting to arrive, many of them staying right next to the convention center and Discovery Green Park. This is the prime location for celebrating as the city gears up for the Final Four. The sun finally came out, and so did the fans. More than 70,000 people packing into downtown Houston ahead of the Final Four.
The energy, the electricity, the people, the excitement, it's just my favorite sporting event.
All of them ready to see their favorite teams in action.
I'd like to see Oklahoma maybe take it this year.
I like Villanova.
This year we lucked up and Syracuse is here.
So now we got a team to root for.
Well, I like to see Carolina in the finals, that's for sure.
Basketball coach Steve Brennan has been to 36 Final Fours, and this year he's counting on Carolina to go all the way.
It's special with the Tar Heels being here because our daughter got her undergrad degree at Carolina. So yeah, we probably are Carolina fans here, and they should help me out in my pool, too.
The top-seeded Tar Heels take the court in just 48 hours, vying for a shot at the championship. And the competition is heating up. Just ask this guy, who's going to great lengths to see his team take home the title.
They're real good, but I think Syracuse got something up their sleeve.
There is one thing fans can agree on. No matter who you're rooting for, the Final Four is the place to be.
Yeah, I've been to a Super Bowl, I've been to a World Series, but this, as far as I'm concerned, is the cream of the crop.
That's right, the cream of the crop. Now, Fan Fest starts tomorrow along with the March Madness Music Festival. Some big names are set to take the stage, including Pitbull, Maroon 5, Kendrick Lamar, and Jason Derulo, just to name a few. And Joel, you can bet in the next 24 hours, Final Four frenzy is about to get a whole lot louder.
Number 1 seeded UNC Tar Heels take the court here at NRG Stadium for their next shot at the national title in less than 48 hours. Tonight, basketball fans are starting to arrive in Houston, some coming from as far away as Dublin, Ireland to watch the big game. Heather Wallaga has all the day's action from Houston.
From national media to fans flying across the globe, people all over the world are descending on the Bayou City. And in the next 24 hours, Final Four frenzy is about to reach a fever pitch. As the clouds parted over Houston Thursday, the sun finally came out, and so did the fans. More than 70,000 people are preparing to pack into downtown, and there is no shortage of entertainment. The stage is set, and the city of Houston is ready to put on a show.
We're going to do it all. Luckily, we lucked up. Our hotel's right across the street, so we're going to turn them loose so I don't have to chase them on my crutches.
Not even crutches could keep Keith Wade and his family from traveling all the way from Michigan to get here.
I have Michael Jordan on me.
But he's not the only fan who went to great lengths to see his team in action.
In Ireland, I'm known as the Jordan Man.
Former basketball coach Todd James was decked out in Michael Jordan gear when we met him at NRG Stadium.
This has been my lifelong wish, just to come to Final Four.
He's been keeping up with Carolina during March Madness from overseas.
I say God is good because we get ESPN in Ireland.
And then there were the homegrown fans like Matt Horan, who just flew in from Raleigh.
Been a Carolina fan my whole life.
The top-seeded Tar Heels take the court in less than 48 hours, vying for a shot at the championship. And he got his tickets before anyone knew they'd get this far.
We got those a year in advance, so we had that set. We just got the luck of the draw that Carolina made it.
The entertainment kicks off here tomorrow night with Fan Fest at the Convention Center, and then the March Madness Music Festival starts just across the street. The 3-day event surrounding what everyone here is looking forward to, the big game on Saturday night. In Houston, Heather Wallaga, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
We're hoping for a big win in the big game, Heather. Thank you.
Fan Fest is going on all weekend long. Heather Wallaga is there live for us. And Heather, there's so much to do. Fans got to test their basketball skills today, and I hear you did too. Is that right?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I would call it skill exactly. I think maybe I need to work on my free throw. Maybe that or the goal's rigged. I don't know. That's the story. I'm going to stick with it. One thing is for sure, though, there is no shortage of entertainment here. So many great things going on. Fans started lining up early this morning at NRG Stadium, where an entire parking lot was transformed into one giant tailgate party. Inside, people gathered to watch their favorite teams practice ahead of tomorrow night's game. But the fun didn't stop there. Right here at the Convention Center, Fan Fest serves up everything from basketball clinics, lacrosse, and soccer to a 360 cam where you can pose like the pros. There really is something for everyone here, and fans are taking advantage.
I did the lacrosse. I did what else did I do? The soccer. That's all I've tried so far.
How'd it go?
I did okay on the soccer, not so good on the lacrosse.
I've got my two boys, 11 and 8, and they're having a blast. They love basketball, and they've been watching all the games, so they know all the players, and they can't be more thrilled to be here.
Yeah, we also met several Tar Heel fans who are thrilled to be here. You're going to hear more from them coming up later tonight. Meantime, you hear the music behind me. March Madness Music Festival is about to start here in an hour. You can see the people already lined up. They've been here all morning waiting to get in. And the best part is it's all free, so you can't beat that. That's the latest from FanFest here in downtown Houston. Now we're going to send it over to Joe Mazer at the stadium.
Now to the UNC Tar Heels chasing a championship. Carolina fans really streaming into Houston this afternoon. They are ready for tip-off tomorrow night. The Heels taking on their ACC rival Syracuse. Heather Wallaga kicking off our coverage tonight live at the Fan Fest in downtown Houston. Heather, you spent the day checking out all the fun things going on. You're in the place to be tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. I basically got paid to play today. It is impossible not to have a good time here. The party starts today, and let me tell you, there is no shortage of entertainment. Final Four frenzy is kicking into high gear in downtown Houston. Fans filed into NRG Stadium early this morning to catch a glimpse of their favorite teams on the practice court.
Tar Heels, baby, all the way.
Outside, an entire parking lot transformed into one giant tailgate party.
I've got my two boys, 11 and 8, and they're having a blast. They love basketball, and they've been watching all the games, so they know all the players, and they can't be more thrilled to be here.
Loads of free fun fueling the hype all over the city. FanFest is taking over the convention center this weekend, and visitors are getting in on the action.
I did the lacrosse. I did what else did I do? The soccer. That's all I've tried so far.
How'd it go?
I did okay on the soccer, not so good on the lacrosse.
This 360 cam lets fans pose like the pros.
I was going for the LeBron, but I don't think I nailed it.
1, 2, 3. When it came to my turn, not quite sure what I was going for there. From dunking to free throwing. These aren't going in. I think my basket is rigged.
You gotta get the step and throw. You're just all in the wrist.
It was all about the hoops. And the fans, the Tar Heels, out in full force. Even this Houston native couldn't resist representing for Carolina.
This is our first Final Four here, so it's been awesome.
So you didn't have to go far. The Tar Heels came to you.
Yes, that's why we love it.
How about that, right? FanFest runs all weekend, so does the March Madness Music Festival. It started here across the street just minutes ago, and fans have been lined up across the street all day long, hoping to get in. Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco set to take the stage later tonight. Welcome back to downtown Houston, a beautiful city buzzing with basketball fans as we count down to tip-off of the Final Four. UNC gets the late game. That tips off around 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, for fans who don't have a ticket, they don't even have to go to the game to have a good time. The party kicked off with all kinds of free fun, and there is no shortage of entertainment. Final Four frenzy is kicking into high gear. Fans are ready to celebrate.
Yeah, this is the home for the Texans and all, but right now it's the Final Four.
FanFest is taking over the convention center in downtown Houston this weekend, boasting 300,000 square feet of fun.
I did the lacrosse. I did what else did I do? The soccer. That's all I've tried so far.
How'd it go?
I did okay on the soccer, not so good on the lacrosse.
From hoops to this 360-degree camera that lets you pose like the pros.
I was going for the LeBron, but I don't think I nailed it.
There's something for everyone. Across town, an entire parking lot at NRG Stadium transformed into one giant tailgate party. And Carolina fans are out in force.
Tar Heels, baby, all the way.
Gary Dunn made the trip from Raleigh. Traveling to the Final Four with his buddies is becoming a tradition for these Tar Heels.
This is my 7th one.
This Tar Heel is no novice either.
Tar Heels, all day.
For Anthony Leonard, game day gear is just as important as the game itself.
This is all UNC. Tar Heels all day, every day, win or lose. And we're back in Houston.
Yeah, perhaps the most decorated fan we've met yet. It took him about 2 hours just to make that necklace. So Carolina fans are definitely sharing in the fun.
And Tar Heel fans are pouring into NRG Stadium in Houston ahead of the big game, including a family from the Triangle who won an all-expense-paid trip to the Final Four after appearing on the Rachel Ray Show here on ABC 11. Heather Wallaga is live in Houston as well. Heather, you met up with the Dickerson family earlier today, and this all started with a cheeseburger, I understand.
It did. You know, the family was asked to appear on the show after Ashley Dickerson wrote in. She's a longtime fan of Rachel Ray, and she was asked if she could whip up a game day dish. Well, turns out it was a slam dunk, and not just for their family.
We're the Dickersons. Today we're going to be making my jalapeno tomato cheeseburger, also known as the slam dunk burger.
What started as a friendly competition in the kitchen.
The secret ingredient that makes this extra yummy is barbecue chips.
An appearance on the Rachel Ray Show.
The winning family is going to get a trip to the Final Four in Houston, Texas.
Ended up scoring big for this Rollsville family.
It's the Dickersons.
But when Ashley and Jason weren't able to make the trip for personal reasons,
We stepped in, Mom and Dad.
they decided to gift this experience of a lifetime to Jason's parents.
Oh, I was jumping up and down screaming.
The family arrived in Houston Friday in style, airfare, hotel accommodations, and 4 tickets to the Final Four and championship game, all free.
This is the ultimate trip. We would never have been able to do this.
But what makes it even more special is sharing the experience with her grandson, 9-year-old Aiden, a Tar Heel fan since birth.
It's really exciting. It's an amazing time.
Aiden helped his mom cook the winning burger that landed him right in the middle of the Final Four frenzy.
I think it looked really good.
And he can't wait to see his favorite team on the basketball court.
They're the best.
In the meantime, they're documenting the entire trip so Ashley and Jason can be part of the action.
We've already been taking pictures and texting back and forth, FaceTiming from the hotel room. They're here in spirit.
Here in spirit. Now, whether the Tar Heels win or lose tonight, the Dickersons are here through the championship game, but they tell me they know the Tar Heels are going to go all the way. In fact, they're ready to buy some of those championship shirts so they can take home to Ashley and Jason. Of course, the Tar Heels do have to get through tonight first. Tip-off less than 3 hours away. Steve?
Take a look at the score. Right now, the Heels are up at the half, up by 11. The score 39-28. Heather Wallaga is live in Houston, where Tar Heel fans like their chances against Syracuse tonight. Heather?
Steve, UNC fans have high hopes for their Tar Heels tonight. They are confident that the team can pull off a victory, and it won't be long now until we find out if they're moving on to the championship round. Final Four frenzy on full display. And the competition is heating up.
Y'all going home real sad tonight.
These UNC students drove more than 20 hours to see their team in action.
Through the night. It was great.
They're betting on the Tar Heels. And tonight, the road ends here.
We're Tar Heel born, we're Tar Heel bred. And
UNC making its 19th Final Four appearance.
Tar Heels.
More than any other team in NCAA history.
Just got to keep doing what they're doing. Paige has been shooting real well, so if he can keep doing his thing, then I think we should come out with a victory.
I see us beating North Carolina and going on and winning the whole thing.
Fans filed into NRG Stadium anxious for basketball's biggest show.
We just won these tickets today.
Kim Hastings rooting for family friend and Tar Heel player Justin Jackson.
I had the shirts made a couple days ago just to support Justin, and then I made a poster today when I won the tickets.
Woo! Carolina. Why? Look, it's Carolina.
Fans of both teams hoping to advance to the championship game.
You guys better have your big boy pants on tonight.
Tar Heel's going to win the whole thing, absolutely, definitely.
Now, if the Tar Heels win, it would make their 10th consecutive win and their 10th championship game. Carolina fans already making plans to stay in Houston to see it happen.
It is countdown to the Tar Heels in the title game. Carolina preparing to make a run at its 6th national championship after knocking out Syracuse last night in their Final Four matchup. Heather Wallaga live at the Tar Heels Hotel for us in Uptown Houston. Heather, players and fans say they are gearing up for a win.
That's right, Joel. The team taking it easy today. We saw Coach Roy Williams and some of the players hanging out inside the hotel lobby this afternoon with their families ahead of practice today. Fans, too, many of them made plans to stay in Houston long before today because they knew their team would be headed to the championship, including one fan who's been following the Tar Heels from all the way around the world. Watching the Tar Heels on the court this season from Africa wasn't always easy for Jimmy Leake.
The internet is sort of in and out, and you have to get up at like 4 a.m. because of the time difference.
But the UNC alum never missed a chance to see them play or recruit new fans on the job.
I gave one of our driver friends, he drives motorbike around, and we would go around the area that we lived in. I gave him one of my UNC shirts when I left there in 2014, and so he wears it around. And so another one has like a hat and stuff like that, so I tried to spread the UNC love all around it.
This Durham native was born and bred a Tar Heel.
My dad went to UNC, and his dad went to UNC as well, and I started going to football games when I was 2 years old.
Yeah, Meeks.
So when UNC made it to the Final Four, Leake found a way to get there.
It's really exciting. You know, this team has been sort of up and down through the year. They've had a lot of challenges, and it's really great to see them sort of come together in this last part of the year and be here.
The last time Leake went to the semifinals, he got lucky.
My wife and I got engaged at that Final Four in New Orleans.
While the Tar Heels weren't so fortunate that year, Leake believes this time his team can take home the national title. So he's wearing his favorite Tar Heel tennis shoes.
My wife got them for me for Christmas, so maybe they'll bring us a little bit of luck.
Because a little luck can't hurt.
I get really superstitious, so I don't like to give predictions, but you know, we're a very good team, and I think that if we play our best, we can win. You know, knock on wood.
UNC wants to bring home its 6th national title, and many Carolina fans are skipping work and school to witness it. Let's begin with Heather Wallaga. She joins us live in Houston, where Tar Heel fans are already lined up to get inside NRG Stadium. Heather, we see all that Carolina blue behind you. How is the energy out there now?
40 more minutes.
She respects it.
Joel, Anna, these UNC fans are fired up for the championship game tonight. The gates don't even open for another 30 minutes. Working out, some of them for the last several hours or so. That's how important this game is to these Tar Heels. Most of these fans actually drove here, arriving just in time for the Final Four Saturday, including a pair of sophomores who started a GoFundMe page to help pay for their trip. After getting student tickets through the school's lottery, they realized it was going to cost a lot more than they planned. So they reached out to family and friends, and in just 2 days, they racked up big time.
We were very impulsive when we bought them, and then we were kind of like, oh crap, like we have to pay for 17 hours there and back for gas and like a hotel and all that.
Oh, we were so surprised because within 48 hours we had met our $1,000 goal, and we had no idea that people were gonna like donate that much money that quickly.
Yeah, it seems like it worked out pretty well for them, right? They're hoping that they can get in early, get front row seats just like they did for the Final Four, and then they're hitting the road after the game tonight because we're told many of the students here actually have tests on Wednesday morning, so they better be studying in the car.
Tonight's national championship matchup between North Carolina and Villanova could be one for the ages, and fans are flooding NRG Stadium ahead of tonight's matchup, including one man battling cancer who received free tickets from a Triangle family. Heather Wallaga is live outside the stadium with this touching story for us. Heather?
Tisha, Colin Hopper has been battling stage 4 cancer for years. He just found out that he is going to the game on the anniversary of his diagnosis. And tonight, he's about to check off his bucket list.
I was mostly a forward. I had pretty good outside shots.
Colin Hopper has been a basketball fan for as long as he can remember. So when he found out he was going to the NCAA championship game, he was thrilled.
It's an honor. It really is an honor because not very many people actually get to step foot on that court.
It's all thanks to the generosity of a Chapel Hill couple who skipped the Final Four and decided to donate the tickets to 2 cancer patients.
I was offered to try out.
Colin was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma 7 years ago and given just 6 months to live.
Being able to give people that have so many negative just a bunch of negative times, to actually give them something positive to remember during a hard time is very few and far in between.
The family doesn't want any recognition, and Colin doesn't know much about them.
I can't say enough about what they did.
But he can say who he's pulling for on the hardwood, the team who's fighting the odds just like him.
Tonight, we'll be rooting for the underdog, Villanova.
And thanks to the kindness of strangers, he'll be right in the middle of the action on basketball's biggest night.
I can imagine this place will be shaking, loud. It might even hit a magnitude on the earthquake scale.
He may be right about that. Colin and the family were connected through Dan's House of Hope, based right here in Houston, and the Fill Your Bucket List Foundation in Chapel Hill. To learn more about both of those organizations, we posted a link right now on abc11.com. Live in Houston, Heather Wallaga, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
UNC is chasing a championship as the men's basketball team tries to bring home its 6th national title.
And as you can see right here, the Tar Heel faithful are out in force in Houston, ready to cheer Carolina to victory over Villanova at NRG Stadium tonight.
I just stepped outside the stadium, and let me tell you, the excitement is palpable, the energy through the roof. Fans from both teams hoping that they will walk away with a national title. People started streaming into NRG Stadium hours before tip-off, hoping to get to their seats early, including more than 100 UNC students who drove all the way from Chapel Hill. Outside a massive tailgate party to kick off the celebration, the parking lot filled with Carolina blue. Fans from all over the country, even around the world, are here to watch their team in the big dance. Now, after Saturday night's performance, Villanova could prove to be a challenge for UNC, but Tar Heel fans are vying for the win and hoping to get lucky with yet another championship.
I've been to the 93 Final Four, the 05 Final Four, and the 09 Final Four, and we are 3-0 on Monday night, so let's make it 4 in a row.
I think Carolina's going to win. They got the big men down low. They're going to pound, and they're going to take it tonight. National championship number 6.
I hope Villanova's going to win. I think they're going to win because their defense, and they're good, really, and they also have like 3 really good players, so yes, I think they're going to win this.
I think we win this game, but it's close. Good luck to UNC fans.
Now, if UNC wins, it will be their 6th national title, and Steve, you can bet it will be a party here in Houston.
Live in Houston with some Tar Heel fans who made the trip to Houston hoping for a national title tonight. Heather?
Yes, Tisha, what a heartbreaking loss. One of those people that made the trip was actually Rob Muller's daughter. Rob, you said she is a freshman at UNC.
She is. She's a freshman.
And she was here tonight.
She was here, both games. Yep.
So what does this loss feel like for Tar Heel fans?
Just a punch in the stomach. It was a great game. The team played well, a lot of heart. Came back from a very big deficit. It was pretty exciting.
What was it like inside the stadium?
It was pretty electric. Both teams were fired up. The fans were fired up. You could tell that, and they didn't play like they were under a lot of pressure. They played pretty loose.
Did you think there was a point where they were going to come back and win it all?
We sure did. That last shot, we thought it was destiny. We thought it was over.
So what?
Overtime, and we're going to win.
And so what happens now for you guys?
We put our daughter on the plane back to Chapel Hill, and she goes to school. Yeah, she's been skipping class for a couple days.
I bet it was a lot of fun, but probably a long plane ride home then.
It probably will be a long ride home.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for talking with us. Sorry about the loss tonight.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you. And Steve, Tisha, that seems to be the sentiment among a lot of fans that we're talking to. Some fans didn't even want to stop and talk to us because this was such a devastating loss. A lot of them filing out of the stadium now and probably going to be home in just a few minutes. Steve, Tisha?
Yeah, a lot of long faces there in Houston among the people in Tar Heel blue. Long drive back tonight, I have a feeling.
Yes, they do, Steve. And actually, we spotted them on the way out. This is Lauren Hall and Jennifer Hall and Stephanie Kales. And you guys are, you've made a very long trek to get here.
Yeah, we did. We're about to make it right back home, too, yeah.
What was it like inside?
It was just a lot of up and downs the whole time, especially the last 15 seconds or so. It was really happy 1 minute, 1 second, and then really sad the next. So yeah. It was crazy.
What is this loss like for you Tar Heel fans? You drove so far to get here.
It's disappointing just because, you know, if you drive all the way here, you're expecting or you're hoping for a win. And also we're thinking this is kind of maybe our only chance to get to the championship over the next couple of years, but it was still awesome being here.
And you had a lot of support getting here. Tell us about that.
That's true. Yeah, we had the GoFundMe. They raised like $1,000 for us to get here. So I guess we can complain a little bit less than other people because it was for free, but it still sucks. So.
All right, girls. Well, I hear you have some tests tomorrow in the morning, and you're about to get on the road. Is that right? All right. Well, hopefully it's not too long of a ride for you. Thanks for stopping and talking with us. Sorry about the loss.